y'all, it's Kim. So this is the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo. There are people fighting over all this immigration stuff, and they're basically saying America's stolen land, la la la. I'm just trying to go through here and look at this document, look at some of the maps. You can see this is kind of how things kind of broke out. There's also the Gadsden Purchase. I'm going to put a lot of these like things that I'm finding into the description. And anyway, it's like I'm not seeing where it's stolen. Maybe stolen from the indigenous people, the people that were already there. But that would have actually been conquered probably by like the Spanish and the French, because I mean, I've seen that when I was looking at the Louisiana Purchase. So, if anything, blame it on the Europeans, not the people that had nothing to do with being brought here just because of our ancestry, or our ancestors moving here and doing what they did. So, whatever. But yeah, as far as it being stolen land, I'm not really seeing that. You're gonna see where they're gonna actually give some money for it. So yeah, at least for this portion of the United States that was taken over from Mexico, or whatever you want to call it, annexed, taken, exiled. I don't know what the word would be. Who cares? But I'm not seeing a word stolen. But anyway, let's go and get started. This is video 3 of this. Okay, so Article 12, in consideration of the extension acquired by the boundaries of the United States, as defined in the 5th article of the present treaty, the government of the United States engages to pay to that of the Mexican Republic the sum of 15,000 or 15 millions of dollars. Okay, so how is that stolen? Just somebody answer that if you can. Okay, immediately after the treaty shall have been duly ratified by the government of the Mexican Republic, the sum of $3 million shall be paid to the said government, but that of the United States, to the city of Mexico in the gold or silver coin of Mexico. The remaining $12 million shall be paid at the same place and in the same coin in annual installments of $3 million each, together with interest on the same at the rate of 6% per annum. This interest shall begin to run upon the whole sum of $12 million from the date of the ratification of the present treaty by the Mexican government, and the first of the installments shall be paid at the expiration of 1 year from the same day, together with each annual installment as it falls due. The whole interest accruing on such installment from the beginning shall also be paid. Article 13, the United States engage, moreover, to assume and pay to the claimants all the amounts now due them, and that hereafter to become due by reason of the claims already liquidated and decided against the Mexican Republic, under the conventions between the two republics, severally concluded on the 11th day of April, 1839, and on the 30th day of January, 1843, so that the Mexican Republic shall be absolutely exempt for the future from all expense whatever on account of the rate of the said claims. Article 14, the United States does furthermore discharge the Mexican Republic from all claims of citizens of the United States not heretofore decided against the Mexican government, which may have arisen previously to the date of the signature of the treaty, which discharge shall be final and perpetual, whether the said claims be rejected or be allowed by the Board of Commissioners provided for in the following article, and whatever shall be the total amount of those allowed. Article 15, the United States exonerating Mexico from all demands on account of the claims of their citizens mentioned in the preceding article, and considering them entirely and forever canceled, whatever their amount may be, undertake to make satisfaction for the same, to an amount not exceeding $3.25 million to ascertain the validity and amount of those claims. A board of commissioners shall be established by the government of the United States, whose awards shall be final and conclusive, provided that in deciding upon the validity of each claim, the BOA shall be guided and governed by the principles and rules of decision prescribed by the first and fifth articles of the unratified convention concluded at the City of Mexico on the 20th day of November 1843, and in no case shall an award be made in favor of any claim not embraced by these principles and rules, if in the opinion of the said board of commissioners or of the claimants, any books, records, or documents in the possession or power of the government of the Mexican Republic shall be deemed necessary to the just decision of any claim, the commissioners or the claimants through them shall, within such period as Congress may designate, make an application in writing for the same, addressed to the Mexican Minister of Foreign Affairs, to be transmitted by the Secretary of State of the United States, and the Mexican government engages at the earliest possible moment after the receipt of such demand to cause any of the books, records, or documents so specified, which shall be in their possession or power, or authenticated copies or extracts of the same, to be transmitted to the said Secretary of State, who shall immediately deliver them over to the said Board of Commissioners, provided that no such application shall be made by or at the instance or insistence of any claimant until the facts, which is expected to prove by such books, records, or documents, shall have been stated under oath or affirmation. Article 16, each of the contracting parties reserves to itself the entire right to fortify whatever point within its territory it may judge proper, so to fortify for its security. Article 17, the Treaty of Amity, Commerce, and Navigation concluded at the City of Mexico on the 5th day of April, AD 1831, between the United States of America and the United Mexican States, except the additional article, and except so far as the stipulations of the said treaty may be incompatible with any stipulation contained in the present treaty, is hereby revived for the period of 8 years from the day of the exchange of ratifications of this treaty, with the same force and virtue as if incorporated therein, it being understood that each of the contracting parties reserves to itself the right at any time after the said period of 8 years shall have expired to terminate the same by giving 1 year's notice of such intention to the other party. Okay, I'm going to stop at 18 and then we'll make another video. Okay, Article 18, all supplies, whatever for the troops of the United States and Mexico arriving at ports in the occupation of such troops previous to the final evacuation thereof, although subsequently to the restoration of the custom houses at such ports, shall be entirely exempt from duties and charges of any kind, the government of the United States hereby engaging and pledging its faith to establish and vigilantly and to enforce all possible guards for securing the revenue of Mexico by preventing the importation under cover of this stipulation of any articles other than such, both in kind and in quantity, as shall really be wanted for the use and consumption of the forces of the United States during the time they remain in Mexico. To this end, it shall be the duty of all officers and agents of the United States to denounce to the Mexican authorities at the respective ports any attempts at a fraudulent abuse of this stipulation, which they may know of or may have reason to suspect, and to give such authorities all the aid in their power with regard thereto, and every such attempt, when duly proved and established by a sentence of a competent tribunal, they shall be punished by the confiscation of the property so attempted to be fraudulently introduced. Okay, so we got like 5 more of these, maybe. I'm just gonna make another video that way it doesn't cut me off in the middle. So anyway, talk to y'all later. Bye.